Guys. If you have not gotten over to the Warner Brothers booth, you want to make your way over there after this panel, of course, and get the exclusive TV Guide magazine special edition Comic-Con piece. There's a lot more in the magazine about the show and all of your favorite Warner Brothers programs, so that's just a little pitch. And now I'm going to bring out our panel. First we've got executive producer Narain Shankar. Lily Taylor, who plays Maldonado. Miss Nick Michelli, who plays Valerie Stahl. Michael Ealy, who plays Dory. Carl Urban. Vulcan Minds. And a gentleman some of you might be familiar with from some other show that we were talking about last year here, executive producer Joe Lyman. All right, let's get to this because we don't have a lot of time.
Thank you for coming.
All right, so Joel, how did this idea come to be?
I wanted to keep Fringe fans still happy.
He was working on the script while you were filming the Fringe finale.
Yeah, we're directing the series finale, and this was getting done. And but we're so pleased that everybody's interested and want to come. But we did make it because, you know, I think, again, like all people who love Fringe, this is a group of like-minded people who are really concerned with the same things that we're all concerned about, at least Fringe fans are, about humanity and where we all stand, what it looks like for us in the future. So that's what you have to sort of look forward to. It's got a lot of the great things that Fringe had in it, but we think, you know, it's going to be just a little bit different, but also something special.
Okay, I can't say this enough, but this may be the coolest cast that we're going to see at this convention. I mean,
they're talented.
Yeah. It's ridiculous. How did you put this crew together?
Well, we just, you know, we had to sacrifice, you know, our souls. And that was hard to part with, but it worked out in the end, because look at this, you know.
What do you think, guys? You dig it? Is this show, right?
Well, since they seem to kind of fancy you, why pick this project?
Well, for me, it was a process. Obviously, I was working with JJ on Star Trek, and he called me up and said, I've got this most amazing project. I want you to read it. Just read it. And I read it, and was immediately attracted to the character of Kennex and his relationship with Dorian and everybody else in the cast. And I just thought, this is good. I would be a fool to turn this down. And then just the opportunity to work with Joel, whose work I have such a deep admiration and respect for, and then again to be in business with JJ. And on such a great network as Fox, I mean, it all lined up. So I'm so thrilled to be a part of this and to be working with these wonderfully talented people. And I can't wait for you guys to see what we've got in store for you. It is going to blow your mind.
Mr. Healy, so Joel told me that he saw a ton of people for this character. This is an important role, and you just nailed it, and he said that you also understood what he was going for. So how does one approach playing an android without coming off as like Vicky from Small Wonder? I will be your sidekick.
It was just such a very delicate character in terms of just the approach to him, and you know, I've tried to model this character after three particular characters. That would be Jason Bourne, Robert Patrick as the Terminator 2, and Jeff Bridges as Starman. Everyone remembers that one. And So you know, that's kind of what got me started on this whole thing, and then obviously numerous conversations with Joel about the fine line between, you know, making Dorian real and making him cliche.
And okay, so Minka, we get just a taste of your character in the pilot, but there's something, I don't trust her. And it might just be like, I don't trust people so pretty. Is there something should I be concerned about this woman?
I think that you will discover there are maybe sides of her that you may be wary of. How's that?
Good. That's enough.
Okay.
So then I have to go with one. Is there like robot-human romance in the future? Like, is this a thing? Because I mean, guys, look at the robot.
Yeah. You know, with J.J. Abrams, anything's possible, right?
And all right, Lily. So between this, Hemlock Grove, and the
Hey man, whatever floats your boat, honestly. Whatever floats your boat, honestly.
You know, we got all sorts of audiences. So Lily, you've got this, and The Conjuring, which is opening this weekend, and apparently it's huge. Yeah, I watched the trailer. And then Hemlock Grove, you have developed in the last year quite the Comic-Con cred. What's up?
Oh man, I love you too. Comic-Con.
What drew you? Because this character, I love the relationship this character has with John. It's such a different kind of supervisory character. She's not the angry, screaming lieutenant or whatever. How did they pitch this to you?
Well, first the character was a man, and then they were open to him becoming a woman, which I think says so much about them. And I think for me, Kennex and Maldonado, they're almost like brother and sister. And there's something really special and warm about their relationship. It's not typical at all.
And we can trust her, can we?
You can
Because she's
trust
a
her.
boss.
You can trust her.
All right. And Noreen, you came in, and your previous experience was the CSI series, and so you are bringing a real depth of knowledge for the procedural approach. And this show is heavily procedural, correct?
There's procedural's definitely a part of it. You know, Joel brought me in after the pilot had been done, and he rescued me from you know, dismembered corpses and autopsies, and sort of brought me back to my science fiction roots from Farscape and Star Trek. And delighted to be here.
So what kind of crazy, like, clearly we'll have the ongoing mythology. It won't be as heavy as the Fringe verse, but you guys are going to be really consumed with cases of the week and crimes and things like that. What kind of twisted approach are you taking to crimes in the future for these people?
Oh my God, if I tell you too many of the details, that robot will have me killed. So I can't really, you know, look, we have cases of the week which deal with future crime and technology, but the continuing elements are really these guys right here. It's about relationships and people, human beings dealing with the world of the future.
And we talked about how the show will be able to approach common crimes that we see today, but in a totally different realm.
Yeah. We have, I mean, it's all the vitamins and minerals of a great police procedural. But we get to solve, you know, crimes in ways that you've never seen before, which of course is really, you know, attractive to all viewers. But we have a simple criteria that if it's not, you know, a crime of the future or has been created by some technology that we don't know of yet, or if it's not the reasons why it was committed or not for something futuristic, we're not going to tell that story. So we're going to tell really great stories that sort of, you know, are identifiable. But we're still going to, you know, have a futurism that is cool.
Did these guys have to go through like future boot camp?
They did for 7 months straight. We used the Fringe thing to put them to the future.
Carl was like, I've already been here.
Carl was there.
I got this.
He's got a great condo in the future. You should see it. It's like
I had to buy an iPad.
So, all right, so please tell me that you have put out an open invitation to our former Fringe division to pay a visit to this new world.
Of course. I mean, Of course, and then we would be honored. It'd be great. Yeah.
And so what can you tell us about where does this go ahead as far as, bringing in robotics and humanity versus robotics, and at what point does a machine develop a soul? Where do you plan on taking this?
You just made it sound so interesting. No, it's at the end of the day, I think, we're always writing about the same thing, which is that life is valuable. The connections that you make, it's about people, it's about humanity, and I think that right now it's very interesting where technology is going, and it's on a lot of people's minds. What's going to happen? How are we losing a little bit of our humanity every day because of the onslaught of technology? We've sort of all been promised this incredible utopia of computers and tech, but there's another side to that. There's a dark side to that. There's a what if side. There's a we have to be cautioned side, and we're going to sort of examine that. We're going to sort of examine all things technical, but also I truly believe that the best science fiction, the best, it just always reverts back to what it's like to be human. So it's just a very unique new ways to talk about the human condition and sort of examine why we're here, what are we doing here, what is the world, what is our place in it, why am I here?
And on top of that, you also have your romance.
We got a great romance, yeah.
Romance. I'm going to step away. You guys are awesome. I look forward to many Comic-Con conventions with you guys, and I'm going to pass it over to Holly from Warner Brothers.
Thank you so much to our moderator, Damian Holberg, and thanks to all of our panelists for Almost Human. It's going to be premiering Monday, November 4th, this fall on Fox, and will be airing Monday nights at 8 p.m., so don't forget to check it out. Thank you!
Thank you so much. Thank you, really appreciate it. Thank you for your time and energy. Thank you for waiting in line for ages and ages. We really appreciate it. We really do. Space is full of disease and danger, wrapped in darkness and silence.